Hey guys, welcome back. It is week 7 of fat loss with carbon. And first off, kicks. They're a little bit unusual this week. Wedgie platform. I definitely feel like I've thrown it back to the 90s. Just thought I'd throw that out there. I did actually just have to put my shoes on because I had flip-flops on. I have a huge blister on my toes right now, and like walking around in any sneaker is killing me. You know, like if you just wear your sneaker or some kind of a new shoe even for a few minutes too long, like just a few minutes, and all of a sudden it breaks the surface of your skin and then you're literally limping around for a week after. Like I'm at that point. So this morning I had like 50 band-aids, no joke. Probably went through like 10 for this morning's training session just so I could get through a workout. It was just like, it's like right on the knuckle. Ah, it's so annoying. So this is the only shoe that isn't like pressing on my toe. So anyway, long story. This week, I actually have no idea how I went. I know what my weight was this morning, which is good considering our weekend. So I think this is probably the first week that I have made progress with my weight going down, which is exciting. And I also know that the weight that I took today and the weight that I took yesterday was taken at the normal time, but I had eaten so much dietary fiber. I checked my fiber yesterday and on Sunday evening, and it was literally like, for me, my normal fiber intake is probably like 25 most days. I might have a couple of days, like if I have like some pizza, like homemade pizzas, and I'll use like a flatbread that's like really high fiber, but generally it's about 25. It was 39 for 2 days back to back, and I ate so late and I ate nearly all my calories later in the day. So I actually think that the last 2 days weigh-ins are still slightly high. With that being said, so I think had I actually had a more normal fiber intake for the last couple of days, and sadly there's only a couple of days that I took my weight, which is really annoying, so it's probably actually lower. So if I am compliant this week, I have a feeling, because the rate of weight loss that I set out to achieve each week hasn't probably been met yet, I don't think it has anyway, I'm probably going to get a calorie drop because my 2 weigh-ins, certainly for the last 2 days, are a little higher than what they should be. But I'll start with training. That has been really frustrating for me lately. I am somebody that really likes to kind of go in and just go hard. Like I really enjoy like seeing improvements. I really enjoy like heavy lifting. Like if I'm going into squat or deadlift, like I want to make sure that I'm at least kind of matching what I did the previous week or working towards seeing the numbers go up. And for this entire training block, so I'm in now week 6 of my 12-week Get Lean and Train with me on the Byline Workout Builder. It's kind of like the first block was 4 weeks, the second block's 4 weeks. So 2 weeks into the second block with some new movements, and I'm just having to make so many modifications and adjustments just to baby my friggin' hip. And it's really starting to take its toll. I'm just not enjoying training at the moment. I just feel really flat because when you do something that you love and you have to just do it kind of half-assed, it's just frustrating. And yeah, I can feel like just over the last few weeks, I'm just becoming more increasingly impatient with it. And I have been to a couple of therapists. I am doing extra stretching and I'm doing extra strengthening exercises for my psoas and for like this region in general. I'm doing some like mobility work to kind of like get my hip socket a little bit more open. I think part of it was like a bit of an impingement. So I've been really focusing on this and adding like probably an extra 2 hours every week for rehabilitation, stretching, strengthening stuff. And honestly, it doesn't feel any better. I'm like, I have no idea what's wrong. So I'm about to probably make an appointment with another physical therapist for a second opinion, just to see if they've got any like a different way of looking at this to assess what's wrong. But it's just so annoying. I'm sure you guys have been through this before. It's just like, it's really hard because it's probably one of the contributing factors for why I'm not really making as much progress as well with my fat loss goal, because I just can't train at the same intensity that I'm used to. And I could probably train like a different way. So maybe if I did like a little bit more high intensity cardio or something that isn't so, I guess, directly affecting my hip, it's also probably not the best modality to train in for preserving muscle. So, you know, I could go and expend more calories, sure, I'll run around, like go for a crazy bike ride or something, that probably wouldn't hurt at all. And yes, I'd have a crazy energy burn, but I worked so hard in the last 6 months to kind of put on some mass. I don't want to lose it, but it's also, I'm kind of at that tipping point. It's like, well, how far do I want to push this if it means that you're just not going to recover if you continue to do resistance training. Like I said, I've been doing yoga, extra physical therapy. I've actually changed my training split around compared to the 12-week challenge so that the volume is not as much on my lower body anymore. I've added back in like a second full body session, which focuses mostly on upper, and then the lower body stuff is like glute focused and just band work, like pretty easy stuff. And it's just not doing anything. So I'm just like, you know, you kind of go through like these peaks and troughs. I'm definitely at a trough. I think my general mood is pretty low at the moment because of that. And I guess with the last 5 weeks of interruptions, I'm just like, God damn it. But I think in these moments, it's like super important to just recognize the obstacles that have been occurring and not to just fall off, because that would be the easy solution, right? Just going, okay, well, you're injured, like just quit. Don't worry about it. Stop tracking macros and just like let yourself go. But that's not going to do anything. So I just kind of need to keep pushing through this. Try to get to the bottom of the injury, like find the root cause. Hopefully that will lead to some better, I guess, training sessions. Hopefully that'll improve my general mood outside of that, because it is bugging me. But anyway, that's training. So, you know, on a personal note, I guess this weekend, Lane and I decided to take the kids down to the beach. We went to Clearwater Beach for the weekend, and we got a nice big hotel room actually, so that we could have separate rooms. The kids had separate rooms. We had a kitchenette, so we could still do like all of our, I don't know, kid meal prep. Like kids don't need to eat out every single meal. So we had a nice big kitchen. Beautiful view, like straight out to the water. We had our own courtyard. It was a really nice spot, and I would definitely go stay there again. It was the Hyatt in Clearwater Beach. Kids loved it. It was mad as crazy, mad. Like there was a lot of people around on the weekends. So down at the pool area, it's just like you've got to have 7 sets of eyes just like looking around. Like if you close your eyes for a minute, and like, you know, kids, they're just like running around crazy. So it's like you relax for a second. It's like, oh, where'd they go? Oh, where'd they go? So they had a lot of fun. Livia and Lane went out on the boat on the weekend. So Lane's been wanting to take Liv fishing for so long just on her own. It's a little harder when it's all 4 of us. Less space. I guess you're a more confined space with 4 bodies than 2. And Robert obviously doesn't participate in the fishing. He loves getting out in the water and like driving really fast, but as soon as you stop, he's like pissed. So I stayed with Robert on Sunday. We hung out kind of in the beach area, I guess, while Lane went fishing. So we were going to rent like these little electric scooter, well, not scooter, it's like a cart, and you're really low to the ground. They're like designed for kids, and they didn't have any that would fit like all of us. There was a few of us, like some friends as well. So we opted for like, it was like a pedaling one. So there's like a front seat, 2 back seats, and you can steer and pedal at the same time, and you go up and down like all the footpaths. It was so hard. So for like the first 10 minutes of doing this, like my friend and I were like driving along, Robert's sitting in the middle, and we're like, oh my God, why is this so hard? Like we're getting pissed because it's like, I don't know, it must be close to 90, over 90 degrees Fahrenheit, which is like mid-30s, guys. So we're out there like pedaling, and it was just ridiculous. Like I think we were 10 minutes in and like, oh my God, I'm taking this back. It was so hard. And like, I don't think I'm a weak individual, let's be real. Turns out we had the brake on, so it was a little more enjoyable once we sorted that shit out. Yeah, we went and got ice creams and then drove back and had a nice afternoon in the pool, and then Lane and Liv came home really late on Sunday evening. So, yeah, I guess thinking like summarizing like mood, because I guess it's been something that's on my mind. I think if I look at like consistency of my working week, my goals, training, personal life, I think something else that is really important to make time for is your relationships. So I think as parents, and I'm sure there's a lot of you guys out there, it's really hard to kind of have that quality time with your significant other. So that's definitely been something that's been really challenging for me. Obviously, coming into a relationship where when someone already has children, I'm not used to not having like my partner just be available when I need. So it's been tough in that sense, because when you have children, like you're often kind of just minding them and doing stuff for them, and you don't really get that one-on-one time. So for the last probably month, even though we've had a lot going on, we've had family in town, birthdays, it's been a lot of like focus on the kids and focus on the families. So I think that's also contributing to like, I don't know, sad mood, just feeling really flat. So yeah, I think making time for your relationships is really important. So this weekend coming up, we don't have the kids, and Lane and I have to head over to Texas, to Dallas for the WBFF show. So that's going to be super exciting. We've got a couple of clients competing, one of whom is one of my great friends, Shelley. I've posted about her a couple of times actually. We've been working together for a long time. So I think she's going to kill it. But that will be a really nice opportunity for us just to kind of spend some time together, not necessarily working either, because we see each other a lot, but it's never just to like relax and enjoy each other's company. It's always just like business, 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 business. So yeah, that's coming up. I'm looking forward to heading over to Dallas. So if you guys are going to be at the show, I look forward to seeing you there. I think we'll be heading to the registration night, and then obviously show days on Saturday at 5:30 p.m. So if you haven't been to a show before, the WBFF do such a great job. It's like a big, entertaining, I don't know, extravaganza. I really love it. So we'll head to that, and then we'll get back just in time for the week to start all over again, and we'll have the kids. So anyway, so that's kind of like the last week or so for me. But I do want to go and do my check-in. So let's have a look at carbon. Let's go and have a look at carbon. So if we go to the coach, actually no, I need to do my averages first. So we'll go over to me, and I'm going to check calories. So my check-in day is Tuesday, so we'll go from, we'll go Tuesday to Monday, because today is kind of a new day. So from Tuesday through to Monday, you can see there, my average calorie intake was 1520. I'm just clicking through, you can see my highest day was 1593. 1710, oh no, I lie, 1710 yesterday was my highest day. I think that's probably just on the back end of being a little low over the weekend. We did have some drinks on Saturday, and I don't think I actually hit my targets, and unfortunately it was probably my protein that I didn't hit. So I think that's probably one of the reasons why I felt really hungry yesterday. So I ate a little bit more, but that's good. So it looks like I've been compliant to my calories. We'll have a look at my protein. So yeah, oh boy, there's a bad day in here. I actually haven't looked at this yet. So 137. So I'm still within the, I guess, recommended protein ranges based on my lean body mass. But that is about 13 grams shy of my actual target. And you can see there Saturday, oh, that's bad. 85 grams. That's not good. Boo-boo. That's not very good. Anyway, I'm still probably, I think I'm going to be outside my protein compliance this week. Let's have a look at my carbs. Okay, so carbohydrates, 154. Okay, this is still on track. That's good. That's really good. My high day, Saturday. So I had 200 grams of carbohydrates on Saturday. So we had 2 meals. I only had 2 meals on Saturday, but throughout the day we were just sipping on a couple of drinks. Now, part of the 200 grams that I consumed, I actually don't log any of the alcohol that I have the way that the food database kind of lists them, which is generally just calories And if there is any trace carbs, that it'll be a very low number, but I actually go back, work out what the total calories are. So if for instance, I think we had the Truly pre-made drinks. They have about 100 calories. So I'd go 100 divided by 4. So I'd be entering in each drink as 25 grams of carbohydrate so that it still shows up here on the actual tracking component. Now, let's have a look at fats. Fats is 42. So you can see there Saturday was pretty low at 27. You can see I tracked most of the alcohol as carbohydrate, so my calories probably came out balanced or even a little bit under, but overall that's looking pretty good. So 42, let me just quickly remind myself what they are so I can jump over and have a look. 154, and I think it was 132, 137. Okay, all right, so let's go to the coach. We're going to go and check in now. So I've already logged my weight for today, so we'll check in. So were you compliant to your macro target? So 1557 to 1637. I think I was actually a little bit low in that regard. Protein, my recommended range is 146 to 154. So I was low. My average was 137. Carbs are 146 to 154. And that kind of, yeah, I'm within the ranges for carbs. And then my fat's 43 to 45. So those two are compliant, but I'm not compliant to my calories and I wasn't compliant to my protein. So I have to say no. I can't mark yes because that was incorrect. So today's weigh-in was 72.5, so it is my lowest. Body fat was 18. I'm not close to my cycle. Yes, that looks correct. So disheartening. The good thing is my weight's moving down. So I have not had a change. Macros are staying exactly where they were. I'm definitely adamant that I'm going to get this sometime in the near future. So back to another week, same targets. One day here I'm going to actually do everything perfectly and I'll be able to make some progress. But honestly, I'm really happy to see that my weight is moving in the right direction. If we go to my weight measurements for this last week here on the screen, I'm just going to look at it this way. You can see there 72.5 was my weight from today, and I've been kind of 73, 72.8. That was my previous low, 73.1, 73, 74, 73. So this is actually my lowest weigh-in since dieting, which is good. So I'm happy with that. I'm on track. It just means that I need to be a little bit more consistent this week moving forward. So hopefully I can do that. I think the next 4 days, no issues. We've got to travel on Friday, so I'll have to be a little bit more mindful, I guess, of leaving some room for calories because we are flying out late on Friday afternoon, so we won't get in until dinner time. So it's probably going to be later than I normally have my dinner. So there's probably going to be a short period of time while I'm flying where I'm probably hungry. But knowing that we'll probably head straight out to dinner afterwards or after registration, I'll save a few more calories than I normally would just to accommodate whatever's on the menu. And then same goes for Saturday. So I think we have dinner plans after the show and it will be late. So normally the shows finish at about 10:30. So I won't have to train on the weekend. I'll try and get all my training done before I go away so I can kind of just be present on the weekend. But on Saturday, I'll definitely be saving some calories for post-show so I can celebrate hopefully with Shelley and some of my clients and kind of just pick something nice off the menu since we are going to a nicer restaurant. So that's usually my approach. I'll probably save about 50% of my carbs and fats for that evening meal. So again, there's probably going to be a period of time on Saturday through the day where I'm feeling a little hungry. My approach for me will be to intermittent fast till just before lunch. I'll probably have breakfast, around 11 o'clock, but maybe just coffee in the morning. And then I'll make sure that my meals leading up to the show are really high fiber, good amount of protein, again, from a satiation point of view. And then that should do me just fine as I get to the end of the evening, and then traveling back home early on Sunday morning. So when we get back, I'll have to organise all our groceries, kind of meal prep, get the kids' stuff ready for the week, and start planning content when I get home. So that's kind of the week ahead. So guys, a little bit less, I guess, stuff happening this week, but I guess I just like to kind of keep it open and transparent about what's going on in my life. If you guys have got any questions, feel free to leave them below, and I look forward to hearing from you next week.